Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do a get ready with me. Obviously, I'm going to be using some new products and some new tools. We're going to have a discussion about products and tools and things of that nature while I'm getting ready. So let's get started. On my face today, I'm using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I love this stuff so much. But I'm using a different primer on my cheeks because it is winter time here now, so I've been having some dryness. So I'm using this Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer, just a little bit to kind of correct some of this dry patches I've been getting. I'm using for foundation this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. This is one of my favorite foundations. This is in Light Ivory. New concealer that I'm trying out. I'm trying out the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and this is in Fair 06. I got that off of Ulta's website, so I'm going to try that out. Not sure my opinion yet, but I will let you know. I set my face with the Rimmel Stay Matte Press Powder, and I'm baking with the Rimmel Stay Matte Loose Powder. Now, on to eye looks. Open back up. Okay, so I'm going to be dipping into 3 different palettes today, so we'll just kind of go through them as I'm using them. We're going to start out with this Luxie 250 large eye blending brush. It's a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to start in the Marvelous Mauves by Dose of Colors. I got this in a BoxyCharm, got this in a BoxyCharm. And I'm going to start with the lightest shade over here, which is Fluffy. And I'm just going to kind of go all over my lids with this shade. Now, if you saw my raffle unboxing video, you saw that I got a bunch of new brushes and some new makeup from that. So we're going to be talking about tools today. Things that you use to put on your makeup. I'm going to go in with this EcoTools blend brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Rosy in the Marvelous Mauves. And that is that shade right there. Anyway, so I've made a video previously talking about tools and about makeup and price points and things of that nature. And so I kind of want to go back and review my own opinions on it. My opinions at that time were on tools, price point is not that big of a deal. And really and truly, I still kind of stand behind that point. You can get, sorry guys, the weather has been bouncing back and forth here, and it is giving me sinus drainage that is seriously crazy and driving me nuts. Anyway, you can get e.l.f. brushes or these AOA Studio brushes from Shop Miss A and things of that nature, and you can still create great looks for them. I'm going to go into Wishy Washy, which is this middle shade right here, and you can still do great looks with them. You can still have beautiful eye looks and beautiful face makeup looks and all of that. Now, with that said, with brushes, there is a problem when it comes to the construction with the brushes, and I know this personally firsthand because I have super glued brushes back together. I still use those brushes, but they are super glued back together. The hilts on the brushes have a tendency to come apart. I will super glue them back together and I will still use them, but the hilts do have a tendency to come apart. Now, my Luxie brushes are a little bit more solidly constructed, if I can talk today. I'm going to go into Spaced Out next, which is this shade right here. And so, yes, they are very expensive, but right now, there is a large sale on Luxie where they're, I think, 40 to 70% off of a lot of brushes because of the holidays. And I think there are a few influencers with codes, and BoxyCharm, I think, may have a code with them. But there are ways to get higher end brushes at lower prices, is what I'm getting to. Also, subscription boxes like BoxyCharm, you get. That's how I've gotten all my Luxie brushes. I have not bought a single one of my Luxie brushes. They've all come in BoxyCharm. I've not bought a single one of them. The brushes that I have bought are these EcoTools brushes, the AOA Studio brushes, Wet n Wild brushes, and e.l.f. brushes. I buy the cheap ones because I'm cheap. I'm poor, people. Come on now. Okay, and I'm going to take this this EcoTools brush. This is the shade brush. And I'm going to go into Wine Stain, which is this dark color right here. And I'm going to darken up the outside corner. With all of that said, when it comes to my face sponges, I have never bought a beauty blender. I had a friend of mine give me one. I have bought a Real Technique sponge. I've bought an e.l.f. sponge. And I've bought the Wonder Blender off of AOA Studios. You know which one I like the most? The Wonder Blender off of AOA Studios. Off of Shop Miss A. The Wonder Blender off of Shop Miss A is $1. That thing lasts. It feels just like a beauty blender. It's not $20. It blends out my makeup just fine. And it's easy to clean. And then when I do have to throw it away, it's $1. I got my money's worth. I got over my money's worth. And it was $1. I do not like the Real Technique sponges. Simply because, to me, they seem to break down faster. Some people love them. I'm not one of those people. So, there's that. I'm not a big, huge fan of foundation brushes. I have a couple because the Kat Von D foundation is a foundation that you have to put on with a brush. So I can't give an opinion, like a solidly formed opinion on that. I'm going to go into the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Mini Conspiracy Palette. And I'm going to go into My Apology, which is this reddy shade right here. I'm going to take it with my finger and go right to this outside corner right here. And I'm just going to go right to that tip of my eyelid, blending it outward. But, like I was saying, for the sponges, it's going to be what you prefer. Brushes, I cannot give an opinion on foundation brushes. Eyeshadow brushes, I use a lot of e.l.f. brushes. I use the EcoTools brushes. I have some Luxie brushes. I don't have a clear-cut, like, ride or die favorite, like, oh my god, you have to use this certain eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go into the Venus XL2 palette next. I'm going in here for pinky shimmers right now. I'm going to go into Eve. I'm going to take that right next to My apologies. Just down the middle of the eye right there. Now then, one last shade. We're going to go into Stella, which is this very light pink. And it's a very soft formula. And we're going to take that to the inside corner of the lid, blending that back. Okay. Guys, I apologize. My throat is driving me insane. Take a quick sip of Coke. Ugh. Anyway, I'm going to take this large shader brush just one more time and dip into that fluffy shade right there. And I'm just going to kind of go right here at the brow bone and make sure that there are no sharp edges, lines. But this Dose of Colors palette really does blend out nicely. But now then, for like pencil brushes though, these two right here are amazing. I love these so much. I got them for $1 off of Shop Miss A. Really cannot beat that price. I'm going to dust off my bake now. I'm going to take this Luxie 518 large powder brush. This thing is super soft. We're just making sure to get all that extra powder off. And now we're going to take these two pencil brushes and finish out the eye look. I'm going to go in first with the AOA Studios E112, which is a slightly bigger tip on it. I'm going to go in with Rosy, which is the next step up right there, and line the entire lower lash line with that. I'm taking it right on the tip of that. Then I'm going to take that same brush, but I'm going to lay it more on the side, going into Wine Stain, that very dark color on the corner. I'm picking it up on the side of that brush to smoke out just that back corner of my eye. Okay. Now then, For the inner corner highlight, I like to go in with this AOA Studios E124. It's a very fine tip pencil brush. We're going to go back into the Limelight Venus XL2 palette. And we're going to go into that Stella shade that we used on the inside of the lid right there. We're just going to put that right here on the inside corner. Because that one is so finely tipped, it fits right there on the inside corner, and you can get the little bitty brush strokes to get everything blended out. Okay, sorry that I'm like strangling myself to death on this video, guys. I really apologize. Now then, that's done. I'm going to brush off. I have a little bit of fallout from that Stella shade because it's really powdery. Now let's go into contour. Now, contour brushes are a little... You can go kind of back and forth with contour brushes. Oh, I just dropped that. On. Anyway, so I kind of have two favorite shapes. Now this is a crown contour brush. It's kind of got this like domey side, or Luxie does make some really good contour brush. This is the 512 small contouring brush, where it's kind of got that like boxy but very small where it fits right into your cheek. But you guys have also seen that domed, very densely packed fan brush. Excuse me, so sorry. Densely packed fan brush that I use because it fits right into my cheek line. It's back there in the drying rack because I washed a lot of brushes last night. Which that one should have been washed. But those are kind of like my three favorite ones. So I'm going to use this Luxie 512 small contouring brush. I'm going to go into the Cover FX Perfector face palette. This is the light medium one. And I'm going to go into the contour shade and contour. See, with the smaller head, with the way my face is, I can lay down the color and blend right there in that very specific area that I want to blend. Gives me more control over the product and the area in which I'm affecting. And I'm still choking to death. I'm going to die on this video. And I can blend it out the way I want to. I like to always lay down my color with more of a stippling motion, which with the Luxie brushes, you don't get the densely packed kind of way of doing that. More with the crown brushes and with that fan brush, they're so densely packed, you can kind of get all of the color put down and then you can go back and blend it out. So with the Luxie brushes, I kind of have to put a little bit more pressure around the bristles to kind of pack them together to put the color down, and then move my hand farther back and blend everything out. But the head is just the right shape to fit right there where I want it. Now, this may sound like a gigantic Luxie brush commercial to you guys. It's not. I mean, if you can't afford Luxie brushes or you can't afford the subscription to BoxyCharm, like I said, e.l.f. makes really great brushes. Wet n Wild, Eco Tools, even go to Shop Miss A. You can get brushes for $1. Buy super glue at freaking Dollar Tree and boom, you've got brushes. I mean, I still use the brushes that are not Luxie brushes. I like my Luxie brushes. I find that they're very durable. I wash my brushes once a week. I have a brush cup over here. I put my dirty brushes in. When my brushes start getting too dirty, they go in the dirty brush cup. I have, as you can see right back there, I have like extra brushes so I can put a new set up and just keep going. But I don't want anybody to think that just because I say these brushes are amazing or these brushes are awesome, these are the only brushes you can use. No, you can use whatever brushes you have. I'm just saying that I find these brushes to be of good quality. Here's another good set of brushes. I got these in BoxyCharm as well. These are the Moda Studio brushes, but they have Moda brushes at Walmart. I got these at Walmart. These are Moda brushes as well. These are their like knockoff of our Artis brushes. And they work just as well. So I'm going to use this Moda brush. This is supposed to be a powder brush, but I like the size of it for a bronzing brush. So I'm going to go into this Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil bronzer and bronze up my face. And as you guys can tell, not every bit of my makeup is high end. I use Wet n Wild and Rimmel and freaking Elf, and I mean, I'm not at Sephora every single day buying makeup. I can't afford to live that way. My family lives paycheck to paycheck. That's the reason why I do a subscription box. I do one that I pay for, and I have one that I have a like trial run relationship with about promoting. And that's it. The rest of the time, it's like if I catch something on sale, or, you know, we might have like a little extra cash at the end of the month, or something like that. I'm not like rolling in dough like that. I'm going to go back into this Cover FX palette, which I got this through BoxyCharm as well, so don't look at me like I'm rolling in dough like that. I'm going to go into this blush shade. I'm going to use this Luxie 504 large angled brush. I like an angled brush for putting on blush because it's more for angling it back into my contour. So I learned this stippling application from Tati. So I stipple down how much I want, and then I blend it back into my contour. Now if I see that there's too much blush, I keep a towel down here where I clean off my brushes in my lap. I can always clean off the brush after I stipple it down and not have that much. So this is a little too much for me. I'm a little disconcerted with that, but we can always correct that. Anyway, now as far as it comes to makeup, my views on prices of makeup have changed because I have gotten more higher end makeup to use. So I have become a bit of a makeup snob on certain things. Okay, so I'm going to use this e.l.f. Minerals blurring powder. It's the little balls. And I'm going to use this e.l.f. Kabuki brush to put it on. What I mean by that is there are certain things of makeup that I am biased in believing that higher end is better. I am biased in higher end eyeshadows for the most part. There are a couple of exceptions to that. I am biased in higher end lipsticks with some very small exceptions into that. And I am biased in higher end contour. No exceptions into that. And this is why. Higher end eyeshadows. I am an eyeshadow junkie. Junkie. Like, there are a collection of videos on my channel. I'm going to try to remember to put a card up on one of these sides of the screen to link y'all to some videos. Well, link you to the video specifically covering my eyeshadow collection. And it's already out of date. Okay? I have an eyeshadow addiction. I'm going into highlighter. And I'm going to go in with this 522 tapered highlighting brush. This is my favorite brush. I have an obsession with this highlighter brush. Okay? I have 2 of these. That's how bad this obsession is. In this Cover FX palette, I like to mix these 2 highlighters. So I lay down Starlight and then I put Divine over it. So this one is Starlight and this one is Divine. Anyway, so I have an addiction to eyeshadows and I have an addiction to lipsticks. I will put cards up for those 2 because they had standalone videos. Both of those videos are out of date as well because I've gotten more since those videos. But I like to express myself through my eyeshadow and my lipstick, and generally my eyeshadow and lipstick match. To the point that if I have black lipstick, if I have black eyeshadow, if I don't have black lipstick on, it's pretty damn dark lipstick. Just saying. Anyway, so I want eyeshadow that is easy to work with, blends well, blends out well. I don't have to fight with. I don't have to worry about if I blend too much, is it just blending away? I want the shimmers to stand out. I want it to make a statement because I am making a statement with it. So I started out when I got back into makeup with just buying like e.l.f. and stuff like that because I was working at the job that I'm working at now. But I was making less than, and I was just kind of dabbling. And I was buying like e.l.f. and Wet n Wild, and I was like, oh, this is cool, it's cool, it works fine. And then I started getting my BoxyCharm and getting higher end shadows, and then going back to my e.l.f. and Wet n Wild going, this is kind of shit. And it was shit. And it was powdery, and it was hard to work with, and it didn't blend well, and I noticed the difference. I'm going to use this MAC Fix Plus Rose just to make all the powders sit on my face. Plus I can see like I have some powder clinging to some dry spots right now. Anyway, and that kind of got me. Well, I was using Wet n Wild lipstick. I was like, it's $4, you know, close to $5 a lipstick. I can do this like all day long. And I can build up like my lipstick collection, which would match my eyeshadow, which was always my thing, even back when I wore makeup when I was younger. That was my thing. And I was always having to carry my lipstick, even though it was a matte formula. I was always having to carry my lipstick with me because it would like start peeling off and like wearing away, and it was just, you know. And then I got my first like Jeffree Star liquid lipstick and was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Lifted Brow Pencil, which, by the way, is my favorite eyebrow pencil. And it's from e.l.f. But it's just a difference in how things work and in what way they work. And you've got to know how you like your stuff to work. If you like e.l.f. eyeshadows and they work great for you, rock that shit. If you like Wet n Wild lipsticks and they work well for you, rock that shit. I'm just saying, I have developed a little bit of bias to certain things. And that is because I have found certain other things that work better for me and the way I like to live my life. But I'm also a woman that doesn't carry a purse with me when I'm not at work. Like, when I go to work, I carry this very large tote bag that has, like, everything I could possibly need throughout the night. You know, like, headache meds, snacks, you know, extra pens, paper just in case I want to do some research for a YouTube video if we got time. You know, various other eccentric things that may pop up if you need them. Because you never know what you're going to need. I'm going to use this Jeffree Star lip liner in Unicorn Blood in my waterline because these can be used around the eyes. And I do this all the time. But you just never know what's going to pop up at work. So I carry a large tote bag with all kinds of shit in it to work. So I throw like a little bitty like travel makeup bag in there with like the lipstick I'm wearing that day. A little compact from Sally's Beauty of that collab Kill the Shine powder, which is some amazing powder. It's a great touch-up powder. But that's about it. But when I'm off work and I'm running and doing errands and stuff, I don't carry a purse. I carry my wallet with me, and that's what I go and do. So I don't have time to just like have a lipstick with me to like touch up my lipstick. I want my lipstick to work until I get back home. And I was finding that when I was wearing Wet n Wild lipstick, it didn't work for me. But if it works for you, it works for you. I'm using this Trestique Good Vibes mascara. I like this mascara. I have found it is a little bit liquidy. So you can't just like flick your eyelashes in it, because if you do, it'll go all over your face. It's bad. I had to clean mascara off of like down here the other day. But that's just me. Now mascara, I will buy at the drugstore every day without fail. I'm not paying these high-ass prices for some damn mascara. It is just not going to happen. I mean, I liked the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I liked the Too Faced, and I don't really like Too Faced products, but I like the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. But I'm not paying them outrageous ass prices for it either. It is just not going to happen on this watch. That's because I'm a cheapskate on certain things. Mascara is one of them. But anyway, my end thing in all of this is I've developed some snobbery to some things. I do like higher end eyeshadows. I do like higher end lipsticks. If you're going to give me higher end brushes, I will take them. But if I'm going to buy them, I will buy the lower end brushes. I know the difference. Like, I know the hilts are not as strong. I know I might have to super glue some stuff together. It's not going to change how my makeup is going to look. Just because I used those Luxie brushes today did not apply my makeup any differently than if I used all Wet n Wild brushes or if I used all affordable brushes. Which, right now, if you had some money, there's a 40 to 75% off sale on Luxie brushes, which makes them affordable. That brush set that I revealed in my raffle unboxing is an $85 brush set, but it's on sale right now for like $44. They're good quality brushes, and they're going to last you a good while. I'm going to go in with a new product. This is the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Monaco. I got this in my mystery box that I got from the raffle. I like Ofra's lipstick formula. This is like a glittery red. Okay. I like their formula. I hate their lipstick wands. They're like narrow and tiny. Anyway, so this is the final makeup look. And just like I said, nothing about any of the tools I used today made my makeup look any different. Now, some of the things about the makeup I used today made my makeup look different. Using higher end eyeshadow, I didn't have to sit here and constantly like blend on my eye to get my eyeshadow to work the way I wanted it to. Using higher end contour that actually is closer to my skin tone didn't mean I had to constantly sit here and like try to blend it out and then try to take another powder and blend it out even more to get it to match my skin tone color. The problem with cheaper end contours is for fair skin, they're not fair enough. And for deep skin, they're not deep enough. Middle of the road people, y'all got contour for days. But anyway. But for the other products, not that much of a difference. Now, liquid lipstick formula, Ofra has a very good liquid lipstick formula. But all day long, $18 range is going to be a pretty good lipstick formula. Jeffree Star's in there, Ofra's in there, Dose of Colors is in there. They all have good lipstick formulas. So, it's not that big of a difference. Yeah, you're going to shell out a few more bucks than if you're buying Wet n Wild. But when it comes down to it, this formula, Jeffree's formula, Dose of Colors, 1, feels better on the lips, 2, it lasts longer, and 3, you just don't have to worry about it. And shelf life is longer. Because I have some Wet n Wild lipsticks that I haven't had that long. I'm having to chunk because they didn't last that long. Anyway, all of that said, let me go ahead and set my face. And, by the way, one of my favorite setting sprays is Hard Candy. This is the Sheer Envy Sheer Envy Matte Setting Spray. This I get at Walmart. This is drugstore. It's not high end, but it is one of my favorites. But I'm not going to use this today because I'm having dry issues. So, I'm going to use another drugstore, but this is a natural finish. I'm going to use Wet n Wild. This is the natural finish setting spray because I got dry stuff going on right here. Wet my face. But there are good things on all ends of the spectrum. You just have to figure out what works for you. Anyway, guys, with all that said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I know this one's a bit longer. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, ring that bell. And in the description box, the first 2 links are 1 to my Patreon and 2 to my PayPal. I'm trying to upgrade lighting and microphones and editing equipment, all the such, so that these videos come out a little bit better quality for you guys so that we can all share in the fun. My Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and email are all linked down below. And if you can't contribute monetarily to the channel, try looking up Minds, which is a free social media platform. You can earn cryptocurrency or transfer cryptocurrency. And I'm on Minds trying to earn cryptocurrency that I could turn into real cash for the channel to do the upgrades needed for the channel. In the comment section down below, let me know what your opinions are on tools, makeup, and the like. What do you think? High-end, mid-road, or drugstore? Which is best? Mixture of both? A mixture of all 3? Where do you set on that? And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.